level 3 upgrade. Today I'm going to be installing the aluminum post for the fuel tank. These of course are done by Hot Racing. Guys, let's go ahead and open them up and check them out. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut open the bag. And there you have it. Very simple little upgrade, but guys, believe me, I need these. So let's go ahead and get them on there. So first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and disconnect the fuel line that leads to the exhaust to the gas tank and the fuel line that leads to the carburetor. Just go ahead and pull that off. And now I'm going to undo the 3 screws that hold on the fuel tank. 1, 2, and 3. With those 3 screws out of the way, I can go ahead and pop off the fuel tank and pull it out. Next up, I need to go ahead and remove the shock tower. The shock tower is held on with 4 screws. We have 2 up front and 2 in the rear. Once the rear shock tower is removed, I need to go ahead and remove this upper chassis plate. It's held on with 4 screws. Once those 4 screws are out of the way, you can go ahead and pull off the brace. And now we can reach the first post for the gas tank. But we need to go ahead and reach the other 2. So that means we need to go ahead and take off this mount. This mount is held on with 4 screws. We have 2 at the very tip and then 2 inside of these holes. Once all 4 of those screws are out of the way, you're just going to go ahead and get the brace, slide it forward, and then pull it off. And now we can finally reach the last 2 posts. Each one is held on with a screw on the bottom. So once you remove all of these old posts, what you're going to do is just get the new post, hold it in place, and put a screw through the bottom. Now you might notice at one point or another that the post is going to start rotating. That's why they add this little hole. That way you can go ahead and put something to hold in place as you tighten it. Now since you're putting a metal screw in an aluminum part, you must use thread locker. Once all 3 have been installed, it's time to go ahead and put the braces back on the RC. First things first, you're going to go ahead and put this brace down. Just make sure that you have this metal brace in the back. Just going to slide it down and back into position and then reattach the 4 screws that hold it in. Once that's taken care of, you're going to go ahead and get this aluminum brace, put it on top, and it's held in with 4 screws. Once those 4 are taken care of, I'm going to go ahead and push the chassis up and I'm going to attach the shock tower. It's held in with 4 screws. We have 2 in front and 2 in back. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and get the fuel line from the gas tank, run it underneath the exhaust, and then attach the gas tank using those 3 screws. After that, all that's left is to go ahead and connect the fuel line that goes to the carburetor and the one that goes to the top of the gas tank. And I am done with this upgrade. It's not really a big visual difference since you can't really see the post, but believe me guys, I want to put these in there because the other ones were stripped. Now the only modification I had to do was cut down the screw in the back. It was a bit long, so I just used some bolt cutters, cut it a little bit shorter, and it fit perfectly in there. But either way, I'm very happy to have these in. And that was a level 3 upgrade for Chaos.